Alright everyone, here we go with the Friday reading. Usual, one card for each sign, no clarifiers here, no pre-shuffle on this reading either. Although randomly at the bottom of this deck, which I haven't started shuffling yet, is the Eight of Cups. Very interesting energy. I can't tell if this is incoming or you, it might be both. Walking toward 9 cups. Is it the same 9 cups? I don't know. It depends. The energy lately, between the Pluto and Mars readings, all bets are off. Okay? And April's readings are going to be a little bit interesting. We'll see what goes on. A lot of big changes happening starting about now. That said, there's no timestamps here. Pay attention to everything. We're all connected. You're all part of a cycle. Just an exploded all signs reading on the table. All right. I'm going to shuffle. It's a general reading. May or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. Give me the soulmate cycle right now, universe. That's what I'm asking. What's your person thinking and feeling right now in the wake of this huge week of readings? So much so, I got so tired this week after the Mars reading. I actually took a nap. I've been taking naps all week. I'm like a child, for God's sake. I mean, I'm in bed by 8 p.m. It's crazy, crazy energy. I'm looking forward to April. As I said in a tweet the other day, April's going to feel like a vacation compared to March. And I said March was going to take all my energy, and it did. I'll tell you what, powerful setup for the rest of the year here, this entire first quarter of 2023. You ready? I'm ready. I'm just about done here. That's our shuffle. All right. There's text at the top of the description for anybody new, doesn't know why there's no timestamps here, right? Every time a reader uses a timestamp, a monk cries. All right, because everything is energy and you're all connected, especially in a cycle here like this. About 9 out of the 12 should resonate with you in some way. Write it down. Add it up at the end. Give yourself a little personal reading. I'll have the universe added up at the end too, so you don't have to worry. Bottom card, overall energy of how your person's thinking and feeling is 8 swords. Yeah, I believe it. This is sort of, oh shit, what do I do now? Right? That's what it is. That when I look at this card, oh shit, what do I do now? This little guy right here, he's about ready to turn into a butterfly. But the way this energy reads, he don't want to. He wants to stay exactly where he is. But he can't. He can't sit there. He's going to get hungry, right? This is powerful energy. And when I pull a reading on what they're thinking and feeling about you, and I get 8 swords, well, they're certainly thinking a lot about you. All right. Our story begins with Aries and ends with Pisces. Everything matters. All right. It is a story, just like a book. The end ties to the beginning. It should. All right. Here we go. Aries, number 1 to the universe. 1 through 12, actually. It is the Page of Wands. It's impending incoming communication. Okay? It is from someone. We've seen this Page of Wands in various decks a lot lately. I like it. I like this energy. This is someone who is overthinking. Everybody's person's overthinking right now, and that's never good, especially for Leo's person. Whenever I see the 8 of Swords, I know something about to go sideways. We'll see what happens in the April Leo soap opera. But they may be overthinking here in the Aries position, but I'll tell you what, there's a strong urge for something new. This person wants to set the record straight or talk about something. They want it to work. They don't want you to get away. That's what they're thinking when they're overthinking. Again, this is, oh shit, what do I do now? Right? That's what this is. Taurus, position 2. 10 of Wands. Yeah. Overthinking leading to overthinking. You're heavy on their mind, body, and soul, to be perfectly honest with you. This is someone here who were waiting for their ego to kind of come down a little bit because they got to admit they were wrong when they ran from you. However that plays out for you, whether you were with them or not. This energy right here is that dam's about to break. Somebody's about to crack here. All right? Because I get an energy, and I'll riff on this energy a little bit. They're trying to build a new life or maintain an old one. It's not working. It's just not, something's not working for this person. All right? Well, we'll see. We started with communication. That's really good. But we got a lot of overthinking here. What's fueling this? We didn't look. Yeah, temperance. See? It's like the energy around them is very balanced. The environmental energy around their overthinking is very balanced. That's why we started with communication. And this also is communication. So I would say communication is coming for a good number of you, and that came up. I remember the extended for the Mars in Cancer reading. We had a pretty high percentage. I think I pulled a percentage in that one, right? It's pretty high. That's it. That's good. That's okay. I'm waiting for this person to crack. All right, but they got some past issues they haven't dealt with. So all your people are overthinking about you. Gemini, the Hierophant. Somebody here is married or in a relationship or stuck in something. They feel like they're stuck in something long term. There's some kind of, when they think about you, they're pulled back by some kind of spiritual anchoring. I don't know if it's that can play out as a religion. It can play out as just a belief system, the way they see the world. Okay? They are thinking a lot. And again, this connection has fundamentally changed them. I think whatever this spiritual pull or anchor isn't working for this person anymore. That's good. Tomorrow, in the weekly reading, I pull what actions they're likely to take. So this is kind of the setup for that. In fact, it always is. Sometimes I refer back to this reading. We'll see. Cancer, the hot spot of the connection cycle. You're all honorary Cancers if you're going by the astrology here, which you probably shouldn't be because of the type of reading this is. But either way, this is for everybody. But Cancer, pay attention. It's bookending the Page of Wands. It's justice. Yeah, I knew it. There's some powerful energy around. There is. There's powerful energy around here. Black cat and the white cat are about to have a conversation here. Somebody's coming to their senses about whatever is on their side, how they've been living their life, single or otherwise, married, whatever. It's not working. All right, so that's why this can sometimes read as like a divorce card or something like that. In this case, it kind of does, but it's somebody realizing that they've changed and the energies around them haven't, and they've outgrown them. That's why it bookends this Page of Wands. Somebody wants something new. Leo. Well, we already talked about Leo. I said when I see the Eight of Swords, all bets are off. As soon as this energy gets in their head, they sit in the toxin. Okay? I don't know why. I have no idea. It's the Knight of Cups. Again, but they're in their head. We can't discount what they're thinking and feeling about you. They'd love nothing more than to come towards you with a cup of love. Somebody here wants love. Okay? But they're overthinking it. All right? Can I just phrase it like that? They're overthinking it. And when you overthink love, you net don't do anything. Love requires a leap of faith. Emphasis on the word faith on that. All right? You just take a chance. You always take a chance. Virgo, what do we get here? 6 cups. I'm going to say it again. I think I said this to Virgo. I feel like this is deja vu. Someone, something, someone from your past is showing up. Something is showing up. I think this applies to all of you. All of you. Okay? You don't even say it's because I did a 3-card recently, didn't I? Wasn't it a 3-card reading where somebody from the past was returning? It's right there. Something, some connection you have. Something is returning. You're heavy on their mind? Yep, you are. I don't know if this is your runner. In the Virgo angle, I don't know if this is your runner, or if it's someone new, or if it's just someone you had an argument with at some time in the past. Some kind of unfinished business. Somebody's thinking about getting it resolved, but they might be overthinking it. Keep that in mind. That can dictate how the conversation goes when somebody shows up. You don't want somebody showing up in 8 Swords energy. I see people all the time. They seem to need help. They're in a bad place, and they're in 8 Swords energy. I don't do anything. I can't help them. I can't help them. I can't make this energy go away. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can do. It doesn't matter. This energy makes you believe that you're stuck in it, right? Even though you're not. So it can, when someone shows up in this energy, lead to a conversation that goes a bit sideways. So we want to be careful about that. All right. So you want to, knowing that in advance, you could be cool, right? You can do what I do and just clam up. All right. Don't poke any bears. Libra, High Priestess. Somebody's pushed back all of their feelings that they have for you, and that's not working. Okay? When they do that, they feel bad. All right? I keep referring back. Just remember this damn Eight of Swords here with Temperance underneath it. When they when they push it back, oh, and look, the Emperor is underneath Temperance in the overall energy. Yeah, this is a lot of energy here. Okay? When they push it back, they feel bad, and it comes back up. All right? It's a bit like eating too much while you're drunk, right? You could eat it down, but then it comes back up, and you get hungry again, so you eat again, and it comes back up. Somebody's pushing their feelings back for you, but it's not working. Hot Scorpio. Five of Wands. Incoming. This card's directly tied to Justice and the Knight of Cups. Just by background, you can see the connection on this energy. Some of these aren't obvious how they're connected, and I don't bother pointing them out. But this is definitely connected here. All right, again, pay attention to what I said in my huge diatribe about the Eight of Swords. A conversation is coming your way with someone, okay? Don't let it escalate. You, be cool, all right? Somebody wants to talk to you. Somebody wants to tell you how they feel. Somebody might want to straighten something out. It's also tied to this Six of Cups. You can see the background here around the tree matches. So it's sort of light energy here, heavy connection here, like that. Either way, you be cool when it comes in. Don't escalate it. Let it stay nice and minor. Let someone get comfortable talking to you. You make whoever this is that's coming your way in the Scorpio angle, you make them nervous. All right. Again, what they're thinking and feeling about you, everybody here is overthinking, and that's a problem. And though we have Temperance crossing it, the energy is nice and stable around. The environmental energy is stable around, but that's not how they're behaving. And when someone's in Eight Swords, you can't get them out of it. It's up to them to get out of it. All right? So it is what it is. Yeah, you might also, this is sort of your energies attached to this too. You might also be conflicted about whoever this individual is. Okay? Sagittarius. My Sexitarians, let's go. Sometimes you're separate from this. Sometimes you're part of the pie here. I don't know. Ace of Pentacles. You're separate today. Somebody slipped a piece of blueberry pie in my cherry pie of the whole soulmate cycle here. Again, Sagittarius. Separate. Everything's about to change for you. I think that's why you're separate from this. Everything is about to change. I said that, God, this feels like deja vu too. I said to you recently, some old manifestation, something that wishes that you had that it never kind of came in or never kind of happened, all show up at once. And this is kind of like that. This is Grandma on the freeway at 15 miles an hour. It's the slowest energy in the tarot. Grandma, when she's driving 15, has a whole line of cars behind her because everybody want to be doing 75 or 80. So she backs up a big line of cars behind her. And they all show up at the same time because they're limited by how slow Grandma's driving. It's that kind of energy. So everything's about to change for you, Sagittarius. It feels very positive to me, although there's always, you can't have light without shade, right? You have to know how to separate the wheat from the chaff, all right? That said, Capricorn. Boom. Tower. I love it. I love it when we get to Capricorn. Capricorn's having some fun in this part of the soulmate cycle. I think for about the next year or so, Capricorn's going to have a lot of things happening too. There's a surprise. Somebody here is, what they're thinking about you. I don't know if this is your runner or someone new. You surprised somebody. Maybe they're surprised they like you. Maybe it's somebody who always said they didn't like you, and now all of a sudden they do. I don't know. All I can tell you, because I asked the universe, what is the energy attached, thinking and feeling? Somebody here, you surprised them. I don't know what that means. You might, and it's going to mean 1,000 different things to 1,000 different people. I do think, we'll see what happens tomorrow when I say what actions they're likely to take, but I do think communication is coming your way, and I think that might surprise you, okay? From whoever this energy belongs to. No name tags on it, unfortunately. I will say Pete. No, I've just pulled that out of the ether. I have no idea. If it is Pete, well, then it's Pete. I don't know why I said Pete. Aquarius, I have no idea. Honestly, I wouldn't take that seriously. I really wouldn't. That's strange if it's true. Aquarius, strength card. This is very strange. Someone attached to you is worried they don't have the balls to approach you. They don't. The Strength card is surrounded usually by a fence of fear. Okay? This is a wall. This is a castle wall with a moat of fear. Okay? Someone here just does not. It's like someone pacing outside your door right before they knock, kind of a thing. It feels like old energy to me. It feels like somebody from the past that's coming in here. That's just what it feels like. Old energy is like, it's like old bread. It gets a little stale, kind of a thing. They'd love to do this, though. It's like a fantasy to bring that rose, one of the roses from the Two of Cups in this deck. But they just don't have the balls. They don't have the stones. It's the Cowardly Lion from energy from the Wizard of Oz. It's the Cowardly Lion. They've got it inside them. The courage is there, but they're too much in their head. And this is what happens. This is what I mean. You can't overthink love. You'll go crazy. You'll find too many reasons not to do it. You'll scare the crap out of yourself. And that's what's happening here. That's basically it. That's what happens when you overthink. It's old energy, though. I don't know who that belongs to. But Pisces, a story began with communication. Somebody wanting to, anyway, right? But overthinking. You're also always tied to position 5, Leo. So that's a given. So the Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands are already a given here. So what is it? From my 2 fish. 6 of Swords. This is a strange energy. Somebody feels like they can't catch you. I know that's, I'm sorry. I know that sounds strange because this is the 3rd slowest energy of the tarot. Usually it's someone in a boat, doesn't have a motor. They're just either letting the current take them or it's a canoe. Who the fuck can't catch a canoe? You could swim and catch a canoe, right? So it's a false thought, okay? It's somebody here who always feels like, for some reason, what they're thinking and feeling about you, and it's probably nonsense. 8 Swords is here. It's probably fucking nonsense. But what they're thinking is you're always too far away for them to catch, or they can't quite catch up to you, right? Or they get there and you just left 5 minutes ago, that kind of thing. All right? I don't, honestly, I think it's an excuse. I think it's 8 Swords driven, because that sounds like nonsense to me. And this is nonsense, and it's the overall energy. But it is what it is. You've got an energy that's hot on your tail. All right, but they're overthinking it, or they've got themselves convinced that, you know, I just missed it, you know, that kind of a thing. Or you're always a little bit ahead of them. It could have something to do with the fact that they might be thinking and feeling that it might be better to let sleeping dogs lie, kind of a thing, right? In other words, they might be thinking that it might just be better to not come in and try to fix things or try to smooth things out, just leave it alone, learn the lesson, and move in another direction. But the problem is, when they do that, much like what I told Libra's person here, when they try to push it down, they start overthinking, and then they feel bad, and then they come to their senses, and then they, well, let's just put it this way, they feel the connection, right? Because it's an emperor energy underneath all of this. That said, that's what they're thinking and feeling right now, and it makes sense. And I'm going to have the universe, and I believe it's obsessive thinking. And why do I say that? Because I'm going to have the universe add all this up with 3 cards and a bottom card with the light seer, and when I randomly pick it up, I get this fool at the bottom, the devil, right? They cannot escape. The runners cannot escape this connection. Sure, they can think all they want, like our story ends with somebody going, well, maybe we should just let it go, right? And the moment they do that, they fall into what can only be described as a deep depressive type state, a sadness, right? And then it turns back around, it fires back up. It's because of this devil energy. It's because there's karma here. There's a soul contract here, all right? End of the day, that's what's going on. Let's have the universe add this up, add it all up, do the math for us like a calculator, right? With 3 cards and a bottom card. Let's go. What does all this mean? Now, with the exception of Sagittarius, which is separate from the cycle over here. Sagittarius is its own little animal right now. It's temporary. I know that. But it is what it is. So expect anything and everything, Sagittarius, in your April reading. And it's interesting, too, that I believe it was the February readings. I run through the signs. I did all 12 signs. proof that Sagittarius, at least temporarily, has been and will continue to be, at least for a little bit, separate from the cycle, is the February monthly readings, where Sagittarius was the only one that got dinged by the censors and made 18 plus. Whereas the nudie cards came out in other readings too, you know, but before we drew the pants on them, right? And it was Sagittarius's reading that led us to draw pants on them, and because of the new rules that YouTube sent to everybody via email and all that. So that said, there's proof right there. That was the only one. There wasn't any other one that got that got dinged that month. And you know, nothing's getting dinged because we've drawn pants on them since. But anyway, let's have the universe add up at least 11 of these anyway. What's it all mean? Give me 3 cards and a bottom card. We've already seen the devil, so that applies. Bottom card, crossing the center card I'm going to pull in the base energy, is the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah. Well, the 8 of Swords was already at the bottom. So yeah, the 8 of Swords, the overall energy, 4 of Pentacles. There's this holding back, but she needs the energy reads like this. You know, I always compliment her headdress. I say, I want one of those. I'd look cool in that, I think. Not my color. I would go with more of a forest green. Or I'm a fall. I'm kind of, that doesn't work for me too much, that particular. I mean, it might a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, my point is she needs a new one. So she's going to have to spend the money. That's the way it feels. It's the card of the miser, right? They sit on the money. They they stuff it in a mattress and sit on it and don't spend it because they're afraid if they start spending it, then it'll all go away. But this is a miser that absolutely needs to spend some of it. And that's the way I feel it. It's very interesting. It's very similar to what I said over here around the Libra angle and all of that, which coincidentally is the center of this reading. So anyway, 3 cards. Yeah, it's a Tower. Very important card here. A very important position. Yeah, she has to spend the money. Okay, gonna need a new headdress. You could be a miser all you want, right? But they might look for a deal. Okay, they might look for a deal. And that's probably what part of this 8 of Swords is about, all this overthinking. Somebody, you know, love, you take a leap of faith. You go for it. You're either all in or nothing. Okay? These runners are all trying to be a little bit in. No, it doesn't play that way. This is a high stakes game. We don't fuck around. All right? There's a $10,000 buy-in, and you either leave with all of it or nothing. All right? That's just the way this particular game goes. Tower, she's got to spend the money. She needs a new headdress. What's she crossing? Yeah, the Hermit. And they know it. You know, again, there's an inner wisdom that's coming up here. Remember what I said in Pluto and Aquarius. It's the return of empathy, albeit temporarily, until it moves back into Capricorn and all things go crazy again. But between now and June 11th, at the very least, there's a return of empathy in the energy. Empathy comes from the soul. This is my card of the soul, one of them anyway, right here. That inner wisdom is coming out. She knows she needs a new headdress. All right? Absolutely. And what's red with the Tower? What's going on here? Yeah, the 10 of Swords. It is the... It is, she will, how do I phrase this? She will wear this. She will go out and buy a new headdress. But she will wear this motherfucker until it turns to dust. She's like me with my baseball caps, right? I do it all the time. And my sneakers, come to think of it. Shoes, tennis shoes, sneakers, whatever you call them where you live. I will wear those things until they turn to dust, until my toes are sticking out the end of them. I will wear them because they're like old friends, right? They fit like they fit like an old worn-in pair of sneakers. She will wear that until it turns to dust. But what I mean by that is this person will take action towards you when at like the last moment. It's almost like, I'm trying to find a way to phrase it. It's not that they want it to be over. It's that they want to be. And this is where the overthinking is, okay? The overthinking of the Emperor. They want to be some kind of hero here. It helps their ego, okay? All these runners are ego-based people, okay? They always come up as King of Wands, right? All the time we see it. The King and Queen of Wands. ego energies, out of balance emperors, reflecting mostly King of Wands. We call them the Burger King around here. Gotta have it their way, entitlement, pride, all that kind of thing. They want to be the hero, and hero, but it's a forced hero. And that's where the overthinking comes in. It's like they're waiting until the last minute is what this energy is with the Tower and the Ten of Swords. It's waiting until the last minute. Waiting until you can't wear this headdress anymore. You absolutely have to go get a new one. It's like that. Because this is a miserly energy here. And these runners are trying to save face on some level. And this is what's causing them problems. Because the energy around them is very common sensey. It's very balanced. It just makes sense to come towards this because they feel it. And empathy levels are going to be high over the next couple of months. But they still, right now, it's as the energy is adjusting and flow is beginning to pick up. We're in that little dirt road patch right before we hit the pavement, right? It's a little bit, we're in a transition here between now and probably the end of March, okay? We're in a bit of the bumpy road where they're just overthinking it too much. But yeah, that's the best way I can describe that energy, right? She's going to wear this until it wears out. But it's an energy underneath it of someone wanting to be the hero. In other words, their ego is hurt that they ran from you. And the only way they could fix that is to give the ego a bit of a boost, right? By coming in at the last minute, a last minute save. And then they'll feel really good about that. If they come in before that, they're not comfortable with that because then you have all the power, right? They're not rescuing anything. It's a very strange energy to explain, but I think you catch my drift. I think the best way to do it, to explain it, is her with the hat. She needs a new hat, but she's going to wear that thing until the absolute last minute. And she's doing it because of miser energy, and miser energy isn't soul energy. It's ego energy, and it's very interesting that it's crossing soul energy, right? Their inner wisdom is telling them to go. And that hermit ties directly, by the way, to this temperance card that's crossing this Eight of Swords. So the environmental energy is really telling them to get your shit together. And somebody here is just doing what they do. And look at that. I said the return of empathy. Underneath this miser that needs a new headdress is the Queen of Cups, the most love I can pull from the deck. It's there. Very empathic. This is your card of empathy right here. It's rising like a phoenix from the ashes. And we can thank Pluto in Aquarius for that, as we talked about in that reading. Oh, and look at that. I accidentally left the top card, which is 10 Wands. It's building a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. All right? It's a real pressure cooker for them still. All right? So it is what it is. That's the best way I can interpret this energy. Hopefully I've done a good enough job for you. Catch my drift here a little bit. You know, it is kind of, if you're an ego-based person, you never want the other person to have an edge or have whatever. You want to be the hero. So something they ruined, they want to come in and fix. This energy reads like that horrible boyfriend they always do on like Lifetime movies and stuff, where they want to be the girl's hero. You know, they've been an asshole, they got dumped, or they dumped them, they want them back. So they want to be the girl's hero. So what do? While she's asleep at night, they go and let the air out of her tires so that she has to call them to come fix it the next morning. It's like that kind of energy. It's backward logic. It's not going to stick. It's not going to last long because empathy is coming up big time. Oh, and look at. We didn't know it was there. The Lovers is there. See? Love wins the day here. With the empathy levels so high, it's going to be hard for these people to wait until the last minute. I think this Tower says it all. We'll see. Tomorrow, on Saturday, I'm going to pull the weekly reading for the upcoming week, which takes us into April. It'll be the week of the 26th through April 1st. So, we'll see. And on the 26th, on Sunday, I'm going to pull the monthly overview for April. And then, a couple of days after that, I'll run through your signs for the month, and we'll see. But tomorrow we find out what actions they're likely to take and we clarify. All right? I hope this reading was helpful. I try to explain the energy as best I can to you and simplify it, you know. But yeah, it's pretty spot on. That's it. I hope this reading was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right, good luck.